Hello and welcome back to Bottom Row Wrestling. I'm Michael Davey, and this isn't part of a weekly series or anything. This is just a one-off video because Raw Reunion is in 2 nights, and the 24/7 title is a thing. Those two things are definitely going to correlate, and I'm making my predictions slash hopes for the 24/7 title on that show. So let's get going. So, my idea to start the show, you do your main segment, but you have R-Truth backstage with Carmella, and he says, there's loads of legends around, they're going to win my European 7-Eleven championship, blah, 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 truth. End of that skit. But then we have another backstage skit where we see Christian. Christian's just hanging around, and R-Truth goes up to him and he goes, Christian, I'm a big fan of Edge, Christian, very annoyed. Lets Truth start to walk away, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Christian becomes the 24/7 champion. That's the end of that segment. Then there's an in-ring segment, and I'm assuming what they're going to do with all these legends is they're just going to chuck a couple in there, in the ring at a time. They don't each need their own segment. They shouldn't all just be thrown into a poker game backstage, as fun as that was. But they should sort of just do bulk segments. So in this one, there's like 5 or 6 legends in the ring. Christian's there with the title. No one really references it until eventually Mick Foley notices that Christian has the title, pulls out the sock, and puts the sock in his mouth. All the other legends stand aside. That's the thing with this. Your big legends like Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Triple H. I'm not really fussed about getting the title on them. I want it to go to some of these other ones. So yeah, Mankind becomes the 24/7 title, or Mick Foley becomes the 24/7 champion with the Mr. Socko. But just then, the Boogeyman emerges from underneath the ring, and it looks like the Boogeyman is gonna roll at Mankind when, stand back, there's a hurricane coming through. Hurricane Shane Helms runs to the ring, just throws the Boogeyman over the top rope. The superhero saves the day. Mankind turns around to hold up the title. Crucifix roll up from the Hurricane. 1, 2, 3, and the Hurricane is the 24/7 champion. And that'll end that segment. Like I said, I think what I want is them to just break up these sort of legend segments, because I still want the Raw to feel like a Raw. There's still to have the storylines. But that's what I'm looking for. So that'll end that segment. Then there's a backstage skit where Hurricane is walking around with the 24/7 title, and he walks into a room, and inside that room is like some of the really oldies. So Gerald Briscoe, Jimmy Hart, Pat Patterson, among others that are confirmed, are in the room. Hurricane stops, goes to turn around to leave. Who's behind him but Mark Henry, who scoops him up, World's Strongest Slam, and gets the pin. And this is where Ron Simmons says, damn. So Mark Henry has become the 24/7 champion. End of that segment. We get another segment, and it's just Mark Henry in the ring, and he's there with the 24/7 title, and he says, there's no way you're taking this title from the homegrown Texas boy, blah, blah, blah. And then Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man's money, 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 money. Everybody's got a price. Ted DiBiase comes to the ring. He's got a microphone. He says, I've paid someone backstage to suspend the 24/7 rules temporarily because I want a match with you, Mark, for that title. He gets in the ring. He whispers something in Mark Henry's ear. The ref rings a bell, and Mark Henry lies down, and Ted DiBiase buys the 24/7 championship. He successfully does it. He failed to buy the WWF championship off Andre back in the day, but this will be a great moment when Ted DiBiase buys that title, and that will end that segment. I've only got one left because obviously there's going to be a lot of stuff on this Raw to pack it all in, and this is the final one. It'll probably play just before the main event. Ted DiBiase is leaving the arena. He's going to get into his car with the title. He's, all that swagger. Goes to open his car door, and it's Santino Marella is inside with the Cobra. Strikes him with the Cobra. But then obviously he does his old celebrations, give him the whole Santino Marella shtick. He forgets to get the pin. R-Truth runs in, gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, and we're back to the status quo with R-Truth as 24/7 champion. The thing is, I don't want to see a million title changes. I want to see maybe 4 or 5 fun legends winning the title, and I've gone for Christian, Mankind, Hurricane, Mark Henry, and Ted DiBiase. Those are the 5 that I would really like to see winning. But there are a lot more. Obviously, it's not really confirmed whether women can win the title yet, but I think they're eventually going to have Carmella win it off R-Truth. But then there's people like Booker T, would be a really interesting moment. There's all of DX, Devon Dudley. I mean, if Hulk Hogan wins it, or Stone Cold Steve Austin wins it, or someone like that, that might be a bit weird for me. It's just what I'm thinking. You've got Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle would be a bit weird, having only recently retired. Rikishi, I suppose, would be quite a fun one. Scott Hall, Sid Vicious, The Godfather. I would definitely enjoy The Godfather winning the title. But that's what I've gone for, is those 5. If any of those 5 are correct, I'll be happy. Do you know what? As long as we get to see generally R-Truth being R-Truth and some 24/7 title miscellaneous nonsense, then I'll be a happy man. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Bottom Rope Wrestling. I've been Michael Davey. Remember to enjoy Raw Reunion because it looks awesome. And I'll see you next time.